This is how I made my own homemade butter, and I'm so happy to share that with you. Um, First thing, get yourself the best cream you can because the butter would never be better than the cream you started with. Um, a bit of a mouthful there, but you get the drift. Make sure you get good cream to start off. This one we're using the whisk head of the mixer. Just turn it on and let it start whisking. Um, just let the mixer do its thing. Let it mix away. Um, at some point, the cream is going to become this beautiful whipped cream, which will eventually turn into the butter. The aim is to over whip the cream until it starts to split. Um, so whilst that is going on, let me talk about the three ingredients I'll be adding to the butter. I've got parsley, fresh parsley there. I've got fresh habanero and buckwheat honey. These are the three things I'll be using to flavor the butter later on. So make sure you have your parsley cut finely, chopped finely, I beg your pardon, and the habanero as well, cut finely, because would use those later. You can see now that the cream is beginning to split. You want to cover the mixer now with a napkin because if not, you'll be wearing, trust me, you'll be wearing the buttermilk as soon as it starts splitting. Can you see that? So that's the butter splitting from the buttermilk. So at this point, um, you want to remove the whisk head from your mixer and get a bowl of water, cold water that's got ice in it. That will just help us to keep and regulate the temperature of the butter. We don't want it melting. So get those clumps into that bowl of water and ice and then just squeeze. Um, what we're trying to do here is to get rid of any buttermilk that is left. Can you see that? It just splashed now. Um, so continue to do that. Now I'm just back in the mixing bowl just to get whatever is left of that. And that rich buttermilk there, um, you want to preserve that. Just strain it and then keep it in the fridge. You can make pancakes, puff puff, whatever you can make with that. You'll see me straining it, and that's it. And I just kept, and the kids really enjoyed it because I think I used this to make pancakes for them, and they really, really enjoyed it. So um, that's a good one. So next, we're going to portion the butter. You can see there. I would say, if you're able to continue squeezing, just for a few more minutes, um, you might want to divide the butter into smaller, clumps and then squeeze. Make sure you get rid of all the buttermilk in there. And then once you've done that, set it aside on a parchment paper, or if you've got a work table that's clean and cold, by all means. So now I'm just stacking those clumps together just to get just one block of butter. Once you do that and you get it nice and firm, just I decided to cut that up. So I divided it into four, I think, four portions before we then start adding, all the ingredients I showed you earlier. If you notice, I have salt here. You might want to, if you don't eat salt, you can have yours as unsalted, but I love a bit of salt. We've got free will, so we can do what we want. So that's why I've got salt there. So guess the first, yeah, you guessed right. It's the parsley. So we're doing that first. So add a good amount of the finely cut, finely chopped parsley, and then add a pinch of salt, and then just work it into the butter. Make sure that it's well mixed. And then once you're done with that, just get a fresh, clean parchment paper. You can see they're looking good already. And just wrap it up in there and set it aside in the fridge because we want it to stay nice and cool so that it firms up. Because at the moment it's a bit soft, and that's why I'm able to, you know, play with it and to be able to knead and then put the ingredients, work the ingredients into it. Next, can you guess? Honey. That's it. So yeah, I put a generous amount of the buckwheat honey because I want a sweet butter. That was what I was going for. So same thing, work the salt and the honey into the butter. Yeah, the parchment paper wasn't working for me, so I moved it onto my surface. It's a clean surface, by the way, and cold because it's a marble slab, so that worked. And it was easier for me to just work with the butter here. You can see what I meant by that. The butter was still soft and pliable, so I'm able to, you know, work all the ingredients into it. So same thing here, wrap it up, and also set it aside in the fridge. This one will go nicely on a slice of toasted sourdough or just plain bread, really. Now I think we're working with the habanero now. Yeah, so it doesn't matter habanero first or the pinch of salt later, or the pinch of salt first and the habanero later. As long as you get both into it, it doesn't, I don't think it matters whatever time or whichever one, you put in first. So same thing here. I'm using that surface and I'm trying to work the ingredients into the butter, making sure that every part of it gets the habanero and the salt. What you don't want is you cutting into the butter one day and then it's all just salt, or the habanero has lodged in just one particular corner. You want it evenly spread. So that's the habanero done as well. Set it in the fridge. And then the last one is plain old butter, which I just added a pinch of salt. Same thing. Wrap it up in a parchment paper and put it in the fridge. So you might be wondering, what would I do with the habanero and the parsley butter? I'll probably, I'll cook with them, season meat with them, based prawn, or just have it on a toast, on a slice of toast. Would you be trying this?